So I just finished watching Arena. This is probably one of the episodes most people think about when they think about Star Trek, and kind of referencing the cheesiness but being fun. This was an episode that I was well aware of due to the big battle scene between Kirk and Gorn, this giant reptilian monster. It's a guy in a rubber suit. It looks really cheesy, and we've seen it parodied on so many things, and the iconic shots in it are used so many times. Everything from Futurama to Bill and Ted. I know, like, even the Onion News Network used that clip. Tropic Thunder has it in there. I'm sure Trek fans out there could list a dozen other times it's been referenced. It's one of these images that even if you've never seen Star Trek, like me, you know this scene because it is so famous. Why is it famous? I think because it is, besides the cheesy rubber suit, it's a really good episode. Basically what happens is the crew is going to head to some colony, and they get there, and it's completely destroyed. Really great opening. I really like that because most of the episodes I've seen so far, the first act tends to be the weakest. The opening 5 minutes are always pretty dull. This one doesn't have that. It throws you right in the middle of it that everybody's been killed. Great opening. And there's a shootout. You don't get to see the other enemy. The crew gets back up to the ship. They try chasing the alien ship. They're going to destroy them. And then both ships get frozen in space. Kirk and the captain of this other ship get beamed down to this planet where they have to fight. And the winner gets to live and his crew gets to go on. And the loser dies and his crew gets destroyed. Really high stakes. So that's the setup. Really good setup. I think we've seen the arena battle stuff a lot in video games, especially if you played anything from BioWare. It seems like every game has some sort of arena challenge to it. Anyway, the arena element always is a neat thing. I think it goes back to our love of the gladiators and this combat element, but it's still for the spectator. And if you look at it, that's what modern sports are. Football, yeah, they're not killing each other, but there's so much fanfare about it, and it is the brutality that we get into. So anyway, Kirk has to fight the monster. And like I said before, yeah, the rubber suit looks really awful. It does not hold up well at all. And it hasn't held up well for a long time. All these parodies. Bill and Ted is, 20, 25 years old? It was making fun of it then. And you can go back and see the stuff that I'm sure even at the time, when people were watching Star Trek, they kind of groaned at how silly it was. But this is where the genius of Roddenberry comes through. It's all about the story that Kirk cannot beat this guy physically. He throws a huge rock down on it and it just kind of bounces around. Then he drops an even bigger boulder on it, crushes the monster, but he gets back up. Kirk has to outsmart this creature. And so he builds a cannon and finds all the elements that he needs and gets diamonds in there and shoots at the monster and kills him. Doesn't kill him. That's the big part, is he wounds him. And Kirk goes over and he's going to take this dagger and he's going to plunge it into his heart, and he stops. And he says that he's not going to kill a defenseless creature. And so the aliens that had brought them there, they come down, they have a talk, and the moral is learned and everything like that. So I think on the level of the moral of the story, it's really good. Not as good as some of the stuff we've seen before. Not as heavy as some of the other big episodes that we've seen. But still really strong, I think. So, this episode, how do I feel about it? I like it. I think it is a huge part of pop culture, like I said, with that great battle and the cheesy rubber suit. And I think too often this is what people think about when they think about the original Star Trek series, is that scene. For me, this is the first time I've seen this episode, but I know I have seen that actual sequence many, many times. So I would say this is an important episode to see. Culturally, yeah, really big. This is kind of one of those iconic episodes. It does have a good message in it. I think the acting, it's pretty good. There's a great little dialogue element between Bones and Spock, where they're talking about these the aliens attacked the colony because maybe the colonists were invading on their territory, and Bones like, well, then maybe we could have been in the wrong. I like that. That's bold storytelling, that your heroes acknowledge that they're not always right and that they could have and probably did make a mistake. So that's Arena. I'm giving it a thumbs up. I liked it a lot. It was a lot of fun to watch. It's one I would probably revisit. Like I said, not just for the cultural element, but it was a good story overall. Getting to see Kirk not use his brawn, but use his brain. So, I will see you all later. Have a wonderful day.